Let's go through my beauty trash because I just did this in October. There aren't as many in here as there usually are, but stick around to the end because I have kept all of the beauty products that I used up in 2025. And I'm going to give you some totals by category and then the grand total of all of the products that I used up in 2025. And we'll be able to see very clearly what products I repurchase over and over and over again. Normally I try to dump these out and organize them and all of that, but there's not very much in here, so I'm just going to pull them out and show them to you. This first one is the EcoTools Makeup Brush Shampoo. I have had this forever, like 5-6 years maybe, because first of all, I don't think it works very well, and it's just not what I use to clean my brushes. But I've been working on digging into the back of my drawers and pulling out things that I don't use and either getting rid of them or using them. And this one I used. By the way, in case it wasn't clear, I won't repurchase that one. A body wash. This one, Olay Fresh Radiance in the Orchid and Black Currant. I did really enjoy the scent. The body wash was just fine. I kind of hate the packaging because even though it looks like it's flat, when you put it on its top, it doesn't stand up very well. And when my body washes get down to about here, I like to flip them over and store them this way so that I don't have to do that every time I need to get some out. So it was fine. Probably would repurchase. In fact, I think I have another Olay in my shower right now. A different scent. L'Oreal Elvive Hyaluron Pure Oil Erasing Scalp Serum. This is one of those things that you put on your hair, in your scalp, like 10 minutes before you get in the shower. And it's supposed to help if you have an oily scalp to make it less oily. And first of all, I could never remember to use it before I got in the shower. I've had it for a really long time, and I finally managed to use it up over the last few weeks by forcing myself to do it. But my scalp is really not as oily as it used to be, so I don't know if it was really helpful or not. Unfortunately, I can't give a good review of it because I didn't use it consistently enough, and I don't really have the problem that it is solving any longer. So no, I won't repurchase, but I did use it up. This toner from Pyongyang Yul. This is actually the second bottle of this that I have used up. I really do like this toner. It's just a hydrating toner that I use after cleansing my face before I put on all my serums. And I just really like the way it feels and how my skin is after using it. So yeah, I probably would repurchase this again. I've got a couple of other toner essences in my bathroom that I'm trying to use up, but I do really like this one. The Angie's Actives Active 8. This is her peptide and antioxidant lotion. I really liked this. It includes Matrixyl 3000, ceramides, niacinamide, glycerin, Matrixyl Synth 6, coenzyme Q10, green tea, and hyaluronic acid. And she tells you the percentages of each of those in there. And with all of that in there and the price of this, it really is a good bargain. I would definitely repurchase this. However, the Angie's Active All-In Serum, I believe, is the one that my skin just doesn't like. Please hear me when I say I'm not saying that this is a bad serum. When I first started using it in August, I loved it. I think some people have had problems with it pilling. I did not have any issues with pilling or not looking good under makeup or anything like that. It contains 20% ascorbic acid, 10% lactic acid, resveratrol, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and ferulic acid. So it has a lot of good ingredients in it. But I have not been able to use vitamin C kind of all year. And so going in with a 20% vitamin C, lactic acid serum was probably not a good idea on my part. So I am actually going to be decluttering this. I like that it's in an airless pump. I'm not sure how much is left in here because this one you can actually see through over here. And so you can see the airless pump working its way up. So you know how much you have left and when to reorder. But this one you cannot. And that's because vitamin C is unstable and it needs to be shielded from the light and all of that. So I will be decluttering this one and not repurchasing it, but I would repurchase this one. And if my skin could tolerate vitamin C, I'd probably repurchase this one too. So my Suave Max Hold 8 hairspray. What is there to say? If you've watched my other empties videos, just, skip ahead a little. This is the hairspray I've been using since I was a teenager. I've tried other hairsprays along the way, and I just keep going back to this one because it does what I want it to do, and it's really cheap. So there are several of those in that bucket. The Inky List Omega Water Cream. I loved this moisturizer. This came from my friend Cindy over at Beyond 50 Skin. Hi, Cindy. And thank you for your care packages. I really, really love them. Used every drop of this, took the lid off, scraped it out, and would definitely consider repurchasing this, especially for the summertime. My skin is more oily in the summertime, and this was the perfect amount of moisturizer for my summer skin. If you have dry skin, it's not going to be enough. I'm not sure if it would be enough in the winter because I used this up before winter really set in. But if you have oily skin and are looking for a lightweight hydrating moisturizer, definitely recommend this one. My Neutrogena Clear Cleansing Bar. This is what I love using to wash my brushes. And I always keep a box because once you use up that Clear Cleansing Bar, there's nothing to show in an empties video. But I did use one up, and I have a new one already in my bathroom waiting for me to clean my brushes because they're almost all dirty, and it's going to be a Herculean task to clean them all. But I need to do it. Rokiss One Step All-in-One Cleansing Balm, my absolute favorite. Thank you to my friend Andy for introducing me to it, and I will continue to purchase this one. It comes with a little spatula scoop. I like the flip top cap. You don't have to unscrew anything. I just love everything about it, and I already have one in there. I think I'm on my last one though, because the last time they went on sale, generally they're about $16.99, but occasionally on Amazon they'll go to like $12.99, and when they do, I stock up because we're going to find out how many of these I use in a year, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. Next up, the e.l.f. Clean Queen Brush Cleaner. I got this in April of 2025, and I used it up either November or December, and it really did a good job cleaning my sponges and brushes. I really liked that aspect of it. Rinsed clean. What I didn't really like is having it in this pot because I had to leave the lid off so it could dry, otherwise it would get really gross. And when it got down to the end, there was just this little bit like stuck in the corners, and it was really hard to use it completely. So that's what's left, and yeah, I don't know. It's not that expensive, so I might repurchase it, but I really like the Neutrogena bar so much better, so I kind of think I'll just keep purchasing that. More toothpaste. In my last empties, I told you that I was on a mission to use up the whitening toothpastes that have been in my drawer for a really long time. I keep trying to find a toothpaste that will make my teeth magically, brilliantly white, and usually find that they make my teeth magically, frustratingly sensitive. So I decided that I would use them up by using one day, and then my favorite, which is the Crest 3D White, on the next day. And sometimes I would do this and then this 2 days, or this for a couple of days and then this for a couple of days. But anyway, it's working and I'm getting through them. I think I only have one more whitening one to go. So the Crest 3D White Brilliance Blast. No, they weren't brilliant. And then the 3D White is just what I use all the time. And while I would like it to be more whitening, at least it doesn't make my teeth sensitive. Unfortunately for me, around here, the only place I can get it is at Dollar Tree. But that also means, you know, it's $1.25. So the e.l.f. Keep Your Balance Toner. This was a free gift with purchase. It has hyaluronic acid and witch hazel. It was a fine toner. I don't know that there was anything specific that would be like, oh my gosh, I need to purchase this again because I absolutely loved it. But by the same token, there wasn't anything that was like, I am never putting that on my skin again. So it was just meh. The Matte Kiss Retinol Serum. This was my second tube of this. I do like this retinol. It is retinol with an A, which means it has one conversion that's necessary for your skin to be able to use it. Unlike the prescription, which doesn't need any conversions, this is the next step down. I can use this every night on my skin without any irritation whatsoever. And so, yeah, I really do like this. It's a little pricey. I think it's like $28. Not terrible, but a little pricey. Right now I'm using the Ordinary's retinol, and actually right now I'm not using any retinol because of the irritation that I got on my skin. But before my skin was completely destroyed, and when my skin is healed again, what I will be using is the Ordinary's retinol, and I will give you my thoughts on that when it is in the empties bin. This I think I would repurchase. My only hesitation is the price, but it doesn't irritate my skin, and so that's worth a lot. I finally used up my travel size of this It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. I got this at TJ Maxx for $5.99, and mainly I just wanted to get it so that I could compare it to my Not Your Mother's All Eyes on Me 10-in-1 Hair Perfector, and I confirmed that I actually do like the Not Your Mother's better than the It's a 10, but I did use this up so that I could get rid of it. A Geek and Gorgeous serum. This is the A-Pad 20% Azaclair Serum. Balance and brighten. I don't know if it did anything. That's the thing. It's so hard to tell, especially when you're using a lot of different serums. It's hard to know what's working and what's not. All I know is that I didn't really notice a difference when I stopped using it. So take that for what it's worth. So I don't know that I would repurchase it because I don't know that it was really doing anything for me. I used up an eye cream. Eye creams take forever because you use the tiniest little amount. But this one's from the Inky List, and it is their caffeine eye cream. Caffeine is supposed to help with puffing and all of that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I enjoyed this as an eye cream. I felt like it was hydrating under my eyes. I don't know if it made me look any more awake or helped with puffiness or anything like that. You know, I've got stuff under my eyes. I'm 60 years old and I've lived a life of happiness and tears and emotion, and it shows on my face, and that's okay. So as far as eye creams go, I think it was fine and it's affordable. And so, yeah, if I had the chance, I would probably repurchase it again, but I have 3 more eye creams that I got to get through first. 2 more products in here. I have the Lumi Acidified Body Wash in Peony Rose. This is not my favorite scent. I am not a rose person. They do have one that's like a citrus. I like it better. I generally throw these in when I'm ordering from Lumi, and they have them where you can do like a $5 add-in, because I like having them in my drawer right by my sink for those days when I'm not showering, but I need to clean up. And so it's great for the pits and privates, sponge bath at the sink just to freshen up, or if I've gone out and done something and been a little sweaty and just needed to freshen up. That's what these are good for. That way I don't have a big bottle of body wash sitting next to my sink. But what I just did after this one got used up is I have a travel bottle, and I put some of my body wash from my shower into the travel bottle and put that in my drawer. So do I need to spend $5 just to have something convenient in my drawer? No. No, I do not. And the last item in my bucket is the Lumi 72-hour whole body deodorant. I really, really, really like Lumi. And this one is the solid stick, which is actually my preference. I was so happy when they re-released their Vanilla Bliss scent. It's my favorite Lumi scent. And when they reformulated to take care of the funky smell, the vanilla one they weren't able to get to work the same or something. I don't know. Anyway, it took them longer to reformulate the vanilla than the others, but it's back. And I just love it. I accidentally ordered the cream stick the last time. I'm using it, but it's not my favorite system. I really like this solid stick. So when what I'm using is gone, yes, I will reorder this. All right, that's all of the new empties that I have. And now I'm going to sort and tell you my totals. This is all of the health and beauty products that I have used up in 2025. For shampoo, I used up 4 full-size and 1 travel-size shampoo containers. Conditioners, I used 1 giant size, 4 regular size, and 2 travel size. Now, keep in mind, the travel sizes were probably not full. They were all probably had just like half or less in them in my drawer. But last year I concentrated on finishing those up and getting them moved out. Not Your Mother's All Eyes on Me 10-in-1 Hair Perfector, 3 full size, 1 travel. Other leave-in hair treatments, I have 1 travel and 3 full size. Other miscellaneous hair products, I have a curl mousse, root to end, scalp scrub, and the oil erasing scalp serum. Hairspray, I have 2 of the Suave 8 Max Hold hairspray. Moving into body care, I have 3 full-size body washes and 4 travel-size body washes. For body lotions, I finished up 1 tub, one regular size and a travel size that I keep in my purse. For deodorant, I used up 2 through the year, 1 Native and 1 Lumi. And for toothpaste, I used up 5 full-size toothpaste and 1 travel size. Now, I don't know if this is all of the toothpaste I used because I only really started counting these in the second half of the year when I got the idea to try to clean out those whitening toothpaste from my drawer in my vanity. So it could be more than that, but that's what I've kept. Moving on to skincare. I told you we would be able to get an idea of how many of the cleansing balms I used in a year. It looks like 4. So I go through approximately 1 a quarter. That gives me a really good idea of how much to stock up on the next time they go on sale, because I'm not opposed to buying a year's worth at one time. The next category is cleansers, and here I have 3 daily cleansers and 1 exfoliating scrub that I actually decluttered because I don't like it. For toners, I have 2 full size and 1 travel. I decided to just group all of the serums together. I have 7 full size empties, 2 vitamin C declutters, and then 2 travel size empties. I have 1 retinol empty. For the eyes, I have 1 empty eye cream, and then I have 3 declutters of things that I did not like on my eyes. For moisturizers, I have 6 empties. This one and this one I used at night. The rest were daytime moisturizers. In the SPF self-tanning category, I used each of these e.l.f. products until they reached their expiration. And this is an empty. These are self-tanning drops that I used up. I have 2 of the Carinel lip sleeping masks. I put this on every night before I go to bed. I haven't yet reordered because I'm working on using up the e.l.f. lip sleeping mask. It's almost gone, and so pretty soon I will be reordering this Carinel. I like it better than the Laneige. And then for a few miscellaneous things, I got through this package of Revolution eye masks, an e.l.f. lash and brow serum, and I'm decluttering this lash and brow mask that I never quite understood how to use. And another miscellaneous category, we have these brush cleaner products. I used 2 Neutrogena bars, the e.l.f. Queen Clean, and then what was left in that EcoTools brush shampoo. I did not keep the puffs and sponges and things like that, so I actually don't know how many of those sorts of things I used up. So I'm just not going to include those in the totals. And that's my massive tub of empties. You can decide if those few declutter things actually count or not, but they're leaving my collection and I'm counting them. I used 28 products from January to May, and then from June to October, I used up 39 products. Just in November and December, I used up 20 for a total of 97 products. Now, if you go back and add up everything that I just outlined, you're going to come up a couple products short. So I'm guessing what that means is that there was probably something that I talked about in those earlier videos that actually got thrown away, but I feel pretty confident about that 97 number. It would have been pretty cool if I'd actually gotten to 100, but I'm still pretty happy. I'm going to do my empties just a little bit different in 2026 than I've been doing them. I'm going to do a beauty product project pan. And I'm doing it in the style of the After Work channel, where I'm going to go through all of my bins and cabinets, put everything in a tub, organize them by category, and then set up a shop where when I need a product, I have to look there first for it before I can go buy it. The goal is to only have 1 product per category. And so I think that's going to be a fun project for 2026. It will not include makeup. It will be hair care, body care, skincare, just those kinds of products. I'm going to be working on filming that intro video in the next couple of days and hope to have it out by the end of January. So if you don't want to miss it, you know what to do. Oh, my arm is killing me. I hope that gave you a good look into the products that I actually love and use and repurchase over and over and over. Before I go, down in the comments, tell me what was your most used and repurchased product of 2025. God bless. Bye-bye.